Hi, I'm Gordon Morrison, Vice President of Engineering at Freedom Photonics. Freedom Photonics is a company that started out about 2005, a small company with 3 founders. It was self-bootstrapped and was in the photonics industry making picks and lasers for niche applications initially because it was self-bootstrapped and growing out of really nothing. It's always been self-funded. Up until recently when it was sold to Luminar, a large LiDAR company. Freedom Photonics is an overview. We are vertically integrated in the sense that we make PICs. So at the top of the screen there, you can see an example of a rubidium wavelength photonic integrated circuit that was monolithically fabricated. It's got multiple lasers on it, photodetectors, shutters, modulators, all built onto the same functional chip so that you can do beat notes and so forth. We can also package these components. We do packaging with technicians in our own clean room, Class 10K clean room. And then we can take that and put it in a module. So that butterfly package ends up in a module like that blue box you see there, where we can control the laser, the PIC in fact, and match the application at hand. We also have been involved in quantum sensing applications in terms of the physics package itself. Early on we found that because we can package lasers and package PICs and work with micro-optics, that expands very nicely into building up the optics around the laser and the PIC so that you've actually integrated them with the sensor head as well. Products that we have that are useful for quantum applications at this time would include our 780 and 795 distributed feedback lasers. We've put a lot of time and effort into making sure that these are mode hop free, and we've been burning them in for many thousands of hours now, showing that they are wavelength stable. We use them also for development of some of the sensor heads and so forth that we work on with partners. Another area that's interestingly important is the O-band DFB. So we do work in other areas like telecom and so forth. The O-band DFB was really thought of as something that would be useful for data center type applications, but it turns out it's useful for Rydberg sensors too, 3 photon type E-field detectors. We can get hundreds of milliwatts out of these DFBs. They're single mode, and when we can tune them across about 4 or 5 nanometers, because they still put out 100 milliwatts, even up at temperatures like 85°C, which is very impressive for indium phosphide. Speaking of high power, we also make power amplifiers, and we're seeing 4 or 5 watts CW on indium phosphide and greater than 10 watts on gallium arsenide. This can be integrated with all kinds of different platforms that we have for photonic integrated circuits at Freedom Photonics already, and this is finding a lot of play in the quantum space as well as many others for us at Freedom Photonics. Lastly, I will mention that we do have a product line of fast tunable lasers. Again, that has come up as interest when we talk to people who are looking at Rydberg sensors where they want to be able to hop across channels pretty quickly. And our O-band tunable laser line does go from down in the 1250 nanometer range all the way up into the 1700s. So we make fast tunable lasers across that broad portfolio of wavelengths. We also have ongoing development work, of course. I would say that quantum is a fairly nascent technology field for us to be operating in compared to things like remote sensing and telecom and even perhaps LiDAR to some extent. Freedom Photonics is developing hybrid integrated, photonic integrated circuits as well. The platform we tend to lean on, although we take other approaches as well, is photonic wire bonding. This is a technology, you can see right there at the top, a scanning electron micrograph of one of our Freedom Photonics tunable lasers directly photonic wire bonded to a fiber. So you take care of all that mode matching nonsense and chip placement nonsense just by having the tool and writing a waveguide from the chip to whatever other waveguide you need to. So that works for narrow line width lasers, for integration with lithium niobate. It gets the 3.5 light onto whatever other platform you need. We're also working on the development of physics packages. So we partner with other quantum sensing groups. We're not a bunch of quantum physicists. We are photonics integrated circuits designers and engineers and physicists. but we are partnering with people who have expertise in the quantum world so that we can take our photonic integrated circuits and apply them to solve the problems of size, weight, power, and cost. As a final example, down at the bottom there, you can see some more of the micro-optics alignment we've done to prototype solutions. And on the bottom right, you can see some of the more highly integrated module type work we've done as well, where we've taken a very complex photonic integrated circuit, integrated it with micro-optics for locking, and then we've got all the control electronics built in there as well. And now, of course, under the Luminar umbrella, we are partnered with Black Forest Engineering that makes ASICs, so we can take those highly complex multi-layer PCBs, shrink them down even smaller, and make them into an ASIC-controlled module. I think that's about it for the slides here. But we also are hiring, and if you've got an interest in working at Freedom Photonics, please come talk to us. We're also interested in partnering with people who are better at quantum physics than us and who would like to use our photonic integrated circuits and lasers. Thanks very much.